Is breastfeeding an adult child who can speak, who's even 9 years old, acceptable? What do you guys think? What about women who are posting videos online publicly for the world to see of them breastfeeding their baby and zooming in on the nipples and the baby, sucking them and things like this? Is this inappropriate?
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
What are you doing? Just talk, Mom.
Is this wrong or right? Guys, today I not only want your opinion, but I'm going to give you mine, and I want you to know if you agree with me, because I'm the most open-minded, reasonable person that you'll ever meet. But I do really feel that there is something very dangerous about what's going on right now, and I want to address it. For those of you who don't know, my name is Greg Weick. I'm a comic book artist, writer, and film director from BeyondComics.tv, creating these guys you see over here. But what do I have to do with this? Well, I have taught an art class since I'm 15 years old. I've been a teacher, okay? And I've given lectures at School of Visual Arts. I've given lectures at New York Institute of Technology. I've been a guest teacher there as well. And in these kind of situations, I have taught children as young as 3 years old, all the way up to adults who are in their 60s, okay? But these videos and what's going on is very disturbing, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the women who are breastfeeding are only focusing from their perspective. It's beautiful, it's nature, it's sharing, it's bonding. Good for you, that's great, I agree with you. But when you post that video publicly for the whole world to see, you're now inviting to see these videos people who don't think like you, people who don't have progressive thinking the way we do. When I see a woman in the park breastfeeding her baby, very beautiful, and I walk by, okay, that's fine, no problem. Even in a restaurant, no problem, okay, it's natural, that's fine. But this being posted publicly is going out to pedophiles, creepy people who are looking at your children doing this in a sexual way. You are not protecting the privacy of your future adult child by publicly posting a video. Many videos, apparently, as I see over here, I mean, they pop up on the YouTube video suggests. It's unbelievable. And I saw a whole report about this on CNN, I think it was, or was it ABC News? It was, but there's so many reports about this, and the woman who's breastfeeding her 9-year-old child. Oh my God, guys, listen. If you want to make an I can't even talk it. It's frazzling me because I'm thinking of the psychology of what's going to happen to this little child when it grows up, or when it's old enough to go to school, and all its friends logs on to the mom's video and sees this and starts making fun of the kid and hassling the kid. Oh my God, I mean, if you could understand the kind of horrible bullying that goes on in schools, and these mothers mean well, most of them, I believe, I hope most of them mean well. I hope they're not just doing it for attention and getting tons and tons of millions and millions of views on their channel, but if they really are doing it authentically, and they mean it as a beautiful thing, set the video to private and post it in a private mother's group or something that is away from these creepy people or from, you know, pedophiles or whatever the hell is, you know, floating their boat or whatever's going on there, because you're not protecting the privacy of your child when that child gets old enough. And once that kid is in school, oh my God, can you imagine once the kid is like 8 years old in school, and if their friends see that video online, those kids will start to bully that kid. And now that kid is the poster child of the school to have to defend his mom and breastfeeding and all this stuff. My God, please think ahead, ladies. If you're breastfeeding your child publicly on video and you're publicly posting the video of it, constantly making multiple videos and showing close-ups, I mean, Jesus Christ, think of how that child will feel when it's older, when it has to deal with the fact that publicly those videos are being posted worldwide, being copied probably by tons of people. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a beautiful, intimate act that should be between you and your husband, your child, your wife, whatever it is. Great. Publicly, sure, but don't post a video that can publicly go to any stranger, any psycho, any crazy person, creepy person, sexual predator, pedophiles. Oh my God, please, I'm pleading with you, the mothers who make these videos, to think ahead about what could the problems be for your child as it gets older. Do you see what I'm saying? Now listen, I personally think that once a child begins to talk, that child is starting to record information. It's starting to process, it's starting to understand. And if it starts to have memories of breastfeeding, of that individual breastfeeding its mom, you know, you're going to start to cross the line between when the child is a baby and when it's starting to develop crushes, sexual feelings, things like this. At 3 years old, I remember personally having a crush on the little girl who would come over. I would get all excited. 3 years old. I remember feeling, oh, I love her, I want to marry her. I was only 3, I remember that. I officially made my first proposal to my my friend that I grew up with, this other girl in the building, when I believe I was 6 years old. And she lived in my building. I knocked on the door and I said, hello, I've decided we should get married. Will you marry me? And she said, I'm too young, I'm only 8. I liked older women. You know? But again, it's so sweet when you look at it this way. But the point is that as a little boy, I remember having a crush, having those feelings. You understand? So I had, thank God, no recollection of being breastfed at all, which is great. My mom stopped when I was about 1 year old. So that's terrific. I think she made the best decision for me. Maybe you believe you should keep going. That's fine. I leave it to your discretion. I'm not judging you. I'm not against you. If you do it, it's okay. But I do want to show you from a man who remembers what it was to be a little boy. I do remember being 3 years old and having the crush on my little playmate when she would come over. I remember the feelings. You understand? I even remember one time when I went to, I think it was class, and my babysitter's boyfriend had left a nude magazine in his backpack, and I was looking through it to see if there were toys, because, you know, I was 3 years old, what do I know? But I found that naked magazine, and I was like, wow, what is that? These girls look very different than my playmates, and I was so excited. And I remember, you know, like going away and telling my parents and my babysitter, and that magazine vanishing, never to be found again. I was so disappointed. And I remember that at 3 years old, I remember that. So what is the point? The point is, please think beyond the moment that you exist in, sharing the bond with your little baby, how that little baby will feel when it is totally cognitive and aware of these things. And keep in mind that what you look at as a beautiful act of nature, 15, 16-year-old kids might be finding your video on YouTube and looking at it in a very sexual way. You know, 20-year-olds, you know, and then of course you get, you know, the line of these creepy people or whatever. But again, the young kids, they don't know anything, right? They're teenagers and they're just, I mean, about this topic, they're just seeing it, and maybe some, you know, like young boys will look at it and be turned on or look at it sexually. Why open the door for that? You know what I'm saying? Why make it public? Why do you have to publicly post multiple videos breastfeeding your child, unless it's what I said before, that either A, you're unaware of the possible ramifications that could come, B, you believe everybody thinks the way we do and think it's fine, and you don't understand that there are creepy people out there who you're inviting into your life. You understand? And next, you know, the ramifications of that kid possibly being terribly bullied as it gets older and its friends find that video. You understand? So you want to think about all of this stuff, and then psychologically, when your child grows up and starts to get intimate with somebody, how will that affect that child psychologically? Because now, if you're breastfeeding your child when it's, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, like the women in the CNN or the ABC show, whatever they showed it on, you know, that individual is going to have confusing feelings of bonding with its mother and bonding with the person that it's dating, right? That he or she are dating. And I think that that is very dangerous. And I'll be honest with you guys, I do have some friends, and I will not say who they are because I'll keep their privacy. They want it to remain private. But, you know, the two friends that I have who remember being breastfed because their mom breastfed them when they were like, I think 3, 4, 5 years old, something like that. It messed them up psychologically. They're confused by it because they're having sexual feelings mixed and overlapping with bonding with their mom, and what does it mean, and they're all mixed up. I mean, if you listen to grown-ups who had this happen, it can be detrimental to them and confusing and mess them up if they live in a, you know, modern kind of, you know, city society type of world. You know, I'm in New York City, so, you know, they are as well. I don't know if they would be the same way if they grew up in a more nature-based, you know, environment or something like that, or if they grew up like that. But I'm making this video not to criticize, not to limit, not to condemn, but to warn and to open up the minds of the ladies who are making these videos. And I do want to say one very upsetting thing. I did some research a few minutes ago, very quickly before I made this video, and I won't say who it is, but there are a couple of women who are breastfeeding, and in their other videos they talk about offering Skype sessions that they charge money for to breastfeed or pump their breasts while you pay them for a Skype session, which to me, if I understand the implication right, seems a little bit like they're being paid to do sexual acts on camera, and this natural act is being used as a sexual act. So we don't know who is the authentic mom versus who is the person using this for professional adult purposes, if you will. So anyway, guys, again, I repeat it, I said it before, if you're a mother, if you're breastfeeding your child, you have all the rights in the world to do it however you see fit. I'm not a mother, I don't know, I'm just telling you the concerns objectively outside of the situation that I have for you, for your child, for your family. Please think about this, consider it. Instead of attacking me, I'm assuming I'm going to be attacked for this, but I am sincerely saying it with the risk of being attacked because I care. I care that you protect children. I create superheroes to make children smile, to give happiness to the child within us all, so that adults who buy comic books and superheroes feel that happiness and that purity to save people, right? That's what I'm about. So what I'm trying to do, and I hope I'm doing it successfully, is just give you a different perspective about possible warnings and repercussions that could occur if these videos are continued to be made publicly. And don't get me wrong, for medical purposes, to try and teach or train, great, but there are so many training videos available online. You don't need to open that side of your life up publicly, risking all the people you don't want to look at it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying make a video, maybe have yourself covered in the public video, and tell mothers, if you're a mom, you know, come to my website and, you know, send me a pic or something that proves you're a legitimate mom, and then come watch the videos for free. Great, awesome. You know, set it to private, have a private link so that you can give it to the right audience, the right people, people who really want to learn, people who want to share in this beautiful, loving, bonding experience, not the creepy, perverty guys who are using. Look, you hear what I'm saying, right? You understand, I'm just trying to put a warning out there. So again, I mean well. I hope I have not offended anybody. I'm not intending to offend anybody at all. I'm not intending to offend anyone. I just simply want to point out the real risks and concerns that I have because you've made your videos publicly available to the world, okay? And the world does not have thinkers like us who understand it's beautiful, it's natural, and it's art. they see it as something that you probably don't want them to see it as. Please be careful. Please protect yourself, your family, your child, and each other. Okay, guys, this is Greg White, comic book artist from BeyondComics.tv, saying please subscribe for updates. Please give me your opinion. Please tell me if you guys think I'm crossing the line. Do you think I'm wrong? I'm open to opinions. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Maybe I'm ludicrous. I don't know, but it certainly seems that what I'm saying makes sense. Do you agree? Let me know. Post your comments below. Thanks for watching, and here are some other videos you can see as well after you subscribe. Thank you guys, and see you next time.